What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to the latest Liverpool transfer news. And today's big story is that reportedly Adrien Rabiot officially told Tottenham that he's not interested in a transfer to Tottenham after Tottenham approached him, because if he moves to the Premier League he wants to play for Liverpool. So what do you think about this? What do you think about Adrien Rabiot? Really good all-round midfielder, and I think Liverpool could do with his services, but apparently he had some problems off the pitch with the manager and he apparently refused to play at some point because Paris Saint-Germain wanted to play him as a defensive midfielder. So his reputation is kind of the troublemaker. So guys, in this video we will talk about the Rabiot to Liverpool transfer news. I will give you all the details I could find, and also we will talk about Sadio Mane and his thoughts on the title race. And Simon Mignolet gave a very interesting interview saying that this team is different to the team that challenged for the title the last time in 2014. So stay tuned, and if you enjoy these kind of videos, leave a like, it really helps me out, and subscribe if you are new to my channel. According to Paris United, Rabiot is hesitating on a move to Tottenham because he would rather join Liverpool, and Rabiot previously said that he was a boyhood Liverpool fan and he had a huge admiration for Steven Gerrard. And also other clubs are interested in Adrien Rabiot. The L'Equipe is reporting, which is a French newspaper, they are reporting that Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Barcelona and Chelsea are also in contention to sign Adrien Rabiot for free this summer. And this is crucial because Rabiot has only 6 months or 5 months left on his contract. He refused to sign a contract extension, so he is available on a free transfer. And I think that's a no-brainer. Even if Rabiot to Liverpool doesn't work out, we can sell him for probably 30-40 million pounds, and that's massive profit. Even if Rabiot gets an inflated wage because of the signing on fee and everything, that would cost Liverpool about 10, maximum 15 million pounds, and Rabiot would, as I said, command a 30 or 40 million pound transfer fee. The big question is, I'm not sure if Jurgen Klopp is interested in Rabiot, because it's very well documented that Jurgen Klopp doesn't want to bring in players who disrupt the dressing room and who don't align their values with the values of the club and Jurgen Klopp himself. And Get French Football News reported that PSG midfielder Adrien Rubio has formally informed Tottenham that he is not interested by their offer. That's what L'Equipe is reporting. And so let's look at Adrien Rabiot a little bit more in detail. So he's 23 years old, he was born in 1995 in France. He's 188 centimeters tall, that's 6 foot 2 inches tall, so he's a very tall, robust midfielder. And as I said, he's 23, so he has bags of potential and a lot of room for improvement. He played for Paris Saint-Germain all his life. This is now his like 7th or 8th season, no, 7th season for Paris Saint-Germain. And so far this season he hasn't played a lot of games. He only played 20 games for Paris Saint-Germain because, as I said, sometimes he actually refused to come on as a substitute, playing as a defensive midfielder. So he definitely has some issues with discipline and self-control. But look at Ousmane Dembele at Barcelona also had a lot of disciplinary issues. He sometimes missed training entirely this season, but still when he plays in the team he contributes. And I think if there is one manager who can fix Rabiot, and maybe Rabiot once out, he knew that he would be out at Paris Saint-Germain, and maybe just to accelerate things he wanted to maybe pose a little bit of a trouble there, so Paris Saint-Germain would sell him more easily. I'm not sure what his thinking behind not playing as a defensive midfielder is. I mean, refusing to play for any club is very unprofessional behavior, so I think maybe that will put off Liverpool. It's a debate to be had. Is Rabiot worth the gamble? But I think he is worth the gamble. I mean, just as a free transfer, it's a no-brainer really. Even if he's a troublemaker, he is a really good, borderline world-class midfielder. I mean, you don't play 227 games for Paris Saint-Germain, who in recent years could buy almost anyone in world football, and still Rabiot was their main starter player in midfield. I mean, last season he played 50 games, the season before that 39 games, the season before that 42 games. And he's, as I said, he's only 23. So even when he was 18, 19, he was playing 33, 34 games for Paris Saint-Germain, like 5 or 6 seasons ago. That shows me that he is a very good player. You don't play 30, 40, 50 games for a club like Paris Saint-Germain if you are not a really good player, because they have so much competition for places, even in midfield. Rubio actually said that his role model and his boyhood hero was Steven Gerrard, and when Steven Gerrard retired, I remember Rabiot posted a picture on his Instagram of Steven Gerrard and the Kop and the Liverpool fans, and saying that Steven Gerrard is a legend. So I have a soft spot for Rabiot, I'm not gonna lie. I would love to see more players who were Liverpool fans growing up to play for Liverpool, so that's why I'm maybe a little bit sympathetic to him. But if we just took a look at the cold hard facts, Rabiot has some work to do when it comes to his discipline and also his behavior, but he's only 23 years old. I mean, if you persist with them and if you keep playing them and give them more time, they mature and they become world-class players. And I think Rubio has the potential to become world-class. How often is a player of Rabiot's caliber or Rabiot's quality available on a free transfer? It doesn't even happen every year. There are not many players who run down their contract nowadays completely and join another club. And Rabiot is definitely that case scenario, because he's definitely 100% not staying at Paris Saint-Germain. So at the moment, Rabiot is openly saying to Liverpool, I want to play for you. So it's down to Jurgen Klopp and the Liverpool recruitment and Michael Edwards to actually weigh up all the options, the pros and cons. Is Rabiot worth the trouble or not? My personal opinion that on a free transfer, it's a low risk move. Even if Rabiot comes in and maybe he's a troublemaker, maybe Jurgen Klopp wants to play him in a position and he refuses to play at Liverpool, no problem, Jurgen Klopp will just sell him and we get a profit and that's it done. But if it turns out that Rabiot just wants to play for Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp and he puts in 110% and performs like the world-class midfielder he can be, and he performs sometimes as a world-class midfielder for Paris Saint-Germain, then we got a really good player for absolutely nothing, for free. And yes, we have to pay a big signing bonus, a big wages probably, but still that would be much cheaper than getting a player similar to Rabiot's quality and Rabiot's skill set. And remember that he can do everything. He can defend, he can score goals, he can dribble past people, he can distribute the ball, he has a great range of passing. Just watch any highlights of Rabiot or watch any Paris Saint-Germain game where Rabiot played. And he is a very versatile midfielder. He can play in any position in midfield really. I think it's a very low risk transfer, but that's just my opinion. I would love to hear your opinion, what they think about this. Now to the Sadio Mane interview. Sadio Mane said, speculation is part of football. You just learn to live with it and not take it too seriously. All I can say is that my only concern is Liverpool. Salah, Bobby, it seems like everyone was signing contracts and they were saying, hey Sadio, when are you going to sign? I said to each of them, don't worry bro, I will sign. And what did I do? I signed, so they are pleased now. I'm very happy here and I think people are happy with me too. We want to write our names alongside the many great ones in the history, in the story of this club. Hopefully it's the beginning of something special. And speaking to World Soccer magazine, Mane said, I can't wait to lift a trophy with Liverpool. I know the fans are desperate for us to win the Premier League. It would be an amazing moment for the club. It has been far too long for a team that the size of Liverpool. We believe we are heading in the right direction, but there are some very tough rivals. Man City were unbelievable last season and very strong again, but why not? We heard what some of the media were saying about us not starting off by playing as fast and exciting as last year, but we felt we weren't at our best ourselves at times. The results have been there, but we know we could have done more with some of our performances. We are very competitive, but no, there is even more to come for sure. In many ways the team is stronger and we have produced some very mature performances. Hopefully we will hit our top form when it matters most. Since Salah arrived at Liverpool, Mane, Salah and Firmino in 18 months scored 131 goals between them. And Mane said about this, I think it's just happened naturally. When you have players like Bobby and Mo, they just make everything easier. We just seem to instinctively know each other's movements and think you can see that we enjoy playing together. We want to get even better and score even more goals. Our best is still to come. So that is brilliant. Brilliant talk by Sadio Mane. Really happy with this, and I really hope that Liverpool bring the trophy home. But there is still a long way to go, and Man City are very strong, as Mane said. So let's just wait and see what happens. And Mignolet said in an interview with the Liverpool Echo, so much has changed over the past 5 years here. If it's only Hendo, Sturridge and myself still here, from the last time we really fought for the title. Back then a lot of it was about Luis Suarez and Sturridge as we say, whereas now the goals are shared about more. We had a really good team in 2013-14, but the moment we got 1 or 2 injuries it became difficult. Just my side note, we had backup players like Victor Moses and Iago Aspas. I mean, no disrespect to them, but having Shaqiri, Sturridge, Origi as backups and even Naby Keita, players like that, it's much better strengthening depth for Liverpool. We have got a broad squad now, which means we can cope with injuries. That's probably the biggest difference with last time. If a game is deadlocked, there is always someone ready on the bench who is capable of opening a game up. In that sense, we are in a much better position than we were back then, says Mignolet. The general quality of this squad is the best I've ever known. When we play 11 versus 11 in training, it's like being involved in a top match in the Premier League. It's not 11 first teamers against 11 reserves. It's 2 Premier League sides facing each other in training. It's high quality. So Liverpool conceded 50 goals in that season where the last time we challenged the title. Now we only conceded 13 goals in 23 games, and Mignolet is saying that's exactly the difference, and that's massive. I think a big part of that is Virgil van Dijk. Ever since he's come in, he's made a huge difference. It's not only his playing ability, but the character and the leadership he sends out to the rest of the team. It's especially important when you play teams like Brighton and Crystal Palace recently. It's the pressure he eases with his clearing headers. He always makes it look so easy. Something that's very difficult for anyone else just looks like a walk in the park for Virgil van Dijk. He's made us a lot more solid than before. And when he was asked what would happen if Liverpool won the title, he said all of the players here would instantly become legends. It would be massive after so long without winning it, but now it's the time to think about, but now isn't the time to think about that. In the dressing room we never really speak about the title. We know we are in the race, we don't have to be silly. It's a positive at this stage of the season, but things can change quickly. We need to keep at this level to stay in the race. We have won the last 2 since losing to City. That defeat made things tighter at the top, but the performance was something where we showed we are on the same level as them. The belief is high. All the fans are so hungry and eager for it. The title is the biggest thing you can fight for. We all have a part to play to really push the lads and do our jobs the best that we can to help us achieve it. So come on Liverpool, let's bring the Premier League title home. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. See you later. Goodbye.